Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. Last time we made our way through the Sweet Mountain and we unlocked the next 3 areas, a massive fork in the road now between Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park and Asteroid Coaster. Where to first?
Next stop, the Asteroid Coaster. Zoom along through and sometimes into space debris. Then lose your lunch in 0G.
Lovely. Okay, so the main reason I went for Asteroid Coaster first is because this is probably the hardest area in the game. It's weird, in the DS version, you have to play this one last. If we were playing the DS version, we would unlock Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park. Asteroid Coaster would still be locked until you finished both of those. But here it's available with both of them. So, I don't know. Asteroid Coaster is definitely the hardest level in both versions of the game, I would say. For the most part, it is fine. Asteroid Coaster is actually one of the shortest areas in the game, compared to Sweet Mountain, where pretty much every act did go on for a good 3 minutes. In Asteroid Coaster, some levels can be quite lengthy, other ones can be done really, really fast. Like, hence why this is, this is the shortest part we've had so far, where the last one was a good half an hour. And it's here that we're introduced to our next wisp. Well, or it could be the last wisp, depending on what order you go in, but now we are introduced to the Purple Wisp. Now, the game tells us, or Tails will tell us in the navigation, that it's called the Mega Wisp. Either one works. I think when you're playing the DS version, you have the Void Wisp, and I think it's still known as the Mega Wisp in that game as well. You know, you can call it the Purple Wisp or the Frenzy Wisp to distinguish it a bit, while the other one can be the Void Wisp or the Violet Wisp. There's a slight difference apparently. I don't know, when I look at purple and violet, I look at purple and purple. That is how I see it. You could show me this one is red, this one is crimson, and I'll just say, this one is red, this one is also red. It's just one is slightly darker than the other. I don't even know which one is the darker one. That's the way I see it. It's like in Sonic Lost World, the Asteroid Wisp is called the Indigo Wisp, and I just think, yeah, it's just like pretty much a slightly darker wisp compared to Cube. Hence why I just tend to call them things like Asteroid, Burst, and Laser, and all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna homing attack on these meteors. You can go around Mini Saturn if you want. I decided not to. And let's go into the reasons of why this is not only, I think, the hardest stage, but also my least favourite. It brings in a lot of my least favourite things about Sonic Colors. We have tight jumping, which is not easy to do because Sonic Colors has quite a stiff jump. We have anti-gravity, and that's, unless the game is called Super Mario Galaxy, anti-gravity is never a good thing. We have underwater sections. We have moments where you have to react within a split second. Again, you can go on Little Saturn here as well. We have a whole bunch of obstacles that we're going to be seeing as we progress through the stage. So we'll save it for when we really get to those parts. In fact, alright, let's talk about it now, because now that we've got the Frenzy Wisp ready, it is now time for my least favourite act in the entire game. This is Asteroid Coaster Act 2. I hate Asteroid Coaster Act 2. I really freaking hate this level. It's the one I died the most in so far. I mean, at this point, this is as far as I've got to. I haven't gotten to recording Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park yet. This is easily the bit where I died the most. Asteroid Coaster as a whole, as I said, it's the most difficult, but this one is the absolute worst. I mean, this is my fault. I can't blame the game for that one, but... So now that we have Movie Maker our way back up here. I wish Movie Maker had like a clock one. Like a clock transition. My main editor does, but Movie Maker's faster just for the small edits for the post commentary. That was close. You know what else was close? This part. This is where you really notice Sonic's stiff jump. See, I barely made that. I didn't even notice I was that close while playing. I barely made that. So what we have in this stage, we have disappearing platforms. We have switching gravity at a moment's notice. We have these pushing blocks that are similar to the ones that are in Eggman Land, only his face isn't on them this time. And if so much as Sonic's toe, or the tip of his shoes I guess, touches one of those things as they're being pushed outwards, Sonic is going off into the foreground, and that's going to count as a death. We have split-second moments like that. We have everything that I hate in Sonic Colors all put together into one level. You know, combined with just Sonic's overall stiff movement. Honestly, that's my biggest issue with Sonic Colors. It's just Sonic is quite stiff in this game. You know what else is also quite awkward to control? The Frenzy Wisp in 3D. Now in 2D, this thing is fine. In 3D, this thing is awful. Like, you have no control over its left and right movements. No matter what you do. You have no control over any of this. Oh no, this is a red ring. Whether or not it wants to go left or right, no matter what direction you're pushing that control stick in, it's not going to make the slightest bit of difference. The Frenzy goes wherever the hell it wants to, and I noticed that robot too late. And I still knocked into it. Again, Frenzy is fine in 2D. Basically, think of it as Pac-Man. As you keep eating your way through things, be it robots or those black and white crates, as you keep doing that, the Frenzy will grow bigger and bigger. Once it reaches full size, it can engulf damn near everything, and it will also start sucking in rings. It is one of the lesser used wisps, which is a shame because, again, in 2D I really like the Frenzy Wisp. I keep wanting to call it the Void Wisp. I mean, Void's great too, but it's not in this version of the game. Void won't be featured on consoles until we get to Forces, actually. I don't think Frenzy has actually ever appeared outside of this game. Whereas Void is in both this and in... Here I go again. Like, Void is in both... It's in Colors DS, it's in... What's the other game it was in? It's in Team Sonic Racing and it's in Sonic Forces. Frenzy has never appeared after this game. And for a while, the Burst Wisp would remain as the handheld exclusive. It's like it was mandatory for every handheld Sonic game to have a Burst Wisp in it. We made it the handheld Wisp in Sonic Colors. Let's make it the handheld Wisp in Generations. Let's make it the handheld Wisp in Lost World. And now we will eventually, finally, put it on consoles in Sonic Forces, where it's a gun. I wonder what Wisp we're going to be making strong use of in this level. This is one of the shortest levels in the game, but we have... The yellow spring is back, but it doesn't mean anything in this. This is the only time we're going to be seeing it in this stage. There's a whole upper area, but we can't gain access to it because we need the Spike Wisp. We're not going to be getting the Spike Wisp until we go to Planet Wisp. I think Aquarium Park is the only one where you're not introduced to any new Wisps. Because I don't think you ever actually... Do you use spikes there? I don't remember. And I don't think you gain access to Frenzy there either. You'd think they'd have you introduced to a new Wisp in every area, but no. Even then, not every Wisp. Some Wisps can be unlocked in both areas. I checked. Yes, you can. I think you can. No, I didn't check. Maybe you cannot unlock Cube in both areas. I was mistaken. I was looking at Starlight Carnival. So, I already unlocked it in Starlight Carnival. This S rank is actually quite difficult to get. Simply because you have to go to the upper pathway with the Spike Wisp, make good enough use of the Cube Wisp, and do it really, really fast. Because the time up doesn't take very long to appear. At this level, I don't know what the point of this is. So we could have run along a couple of Saturns earlier on. But this time we have to. What you need to do is you're going to keep you keep going along Saturn's rings, and then eventually, and then at one point there will be a switch. Once light runs over the switch, it will cause the gold ring to appear. Now, if you're going for the S rank, you don't want to just keep hitting that switch immediately. You're going to want to collect the red rings, and you're going to want to take out as many motor bugs as possible. Take out the black one, and they all blow up. I assume you get multiple points for it, kind of like you do with the Egg Knights, or the gold robots and heroes. You blow them up, they all blow up. I hope that's what happens. Since we're not worrying about S ranks and red rings at this point, this is where I just decided to go for it. Once I eventually worked out what I had to do. So again, Asteroid Coaster. Not very long stages, but you see, because I took out a bunch of motor bugs, I still got the S rank, even without getting all the red rings. I managed to piece it in 54.99 seconds, okay.
What is this place? Whoa. This is where he converts them into the strange, negative aliens with the freaky energy.
Oh, there you are. I thought I lost you for a second. Did you find anything interesting? Look at all of them. He's captured thousands of aliens.
Don't worry. We'll get them out.
Sonic, I haven't seen Yacker for a while.
You'll have to excuse me, buddy. I have a generator to shut down.
So Yacker has gone missing. By the way, that's the only time we ever get a mid-level cutscene. Well, I say mid-level. It's at 5. It's the only sort of time that ever happens. Oh, it's at 4. My bad. So, okay, a sort of mid-level cutscene. It's the only time that ever happens. We have one at the beginning of Planet West. Well, no, technically we have Tropical Resort. Since the cutscene, we have a lot of cutscenes in Tropical Resort. I take it back. Now look, it's these things again. Thankfully, this level is not nearly as long as Sweet Mountains one. In fact, this level looks exactly the same as the one we were just in. Probably because it is. See, this is fine. I like using Frenzy in 2D. You can jump with it, but it's very awkward to do, and it's really annoying when you have to use the Frenzy Wisp for one very annoying red ring in Starlight Carnival. Along with that one that I mentioned before as being the worst one, that one with the laser in Sweet Mountain, the one in Starlight Carnival that requires you to jump with the Frenzy Wisp is the other most annoying red ring in the game. Because the response for this thing's jumping and how far it's going to jump is very awkward to get right. It wasn't even that far off the S rank. Then again, this stage is a short one, so I guess the score is kind of bigger in that regard. I don't know what's what. Alright, time for another big act. Asteroid Coaster exit. What? Dark Gaia, what? Why is there a Dark Gaia asteroid? Why is it missing the middle eye? Or is his eye closed? Seriously, that thing looks like Dark Gaia. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but it looks like Dark Gaia. Now, thing to remember, I don't know if you actually need to hold forward, but don't hold backwards while you're jumping on these rings. Because Sonic will, he won't travel with the roller coaster otherwise. You gotta make sure you get your timings right, otherwise the roller coaster is also just gonna go off the edge. These roller coasters are incomplete, by the way. And this is what I was talking about. Down I go. So let's try it again. I decided just to play not jump for the rings this time. Also makes jumping from coaster to coaster quite awkward. Yeah, we're in Asteroid Coaster, and only now are we actually going on roller coasters. Took a while. Yeah, overall, I know Asteroid Coaster is also just one that's never really appealed as strongly to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the level is quite brown and grey compared to everywhere else. You know, before this, we had the colours feel so bright in Tropical Resort and especially Starlight Carnival. We had a level made out of food. We have a level that's mostly blue, but it's got a nice Japanese theme to it. And we have a level that's on an alien planet, plus also on under construction. Like Aquarium Park and Planet Wisp are still colourful. This is pretty much brown, grey, and green. I wouldn't have thought that has anything to do with my dislike of roller coasters. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like going fast. I know, I'm playing a Sonic game, but I don't like going fast on a roller coaster. Unless I have to, I don't even drive fast. I don't mind. Clearly, while I went over the checkpoint, I didn't even notice I jumped over the checkpoint while playing this. But I went right over the checkpoint. Does Frenzy make me invincible? I clearly didn't. I clearly went right through that. Whatever. I don't drive fast unless I'm on like a busy road, a busy dual carriageway or a motorway. I'll drive at 70. But otherwise, I tend to just like to drive at my own speed, unless I'm in a rush to get somewhere. If I'm not rushing to get anywhere, that's when I'll just drive at my own speed whenever I can. I work a lot of late, so when I'm driving home, it's really late, so the roads are generally pretty empty. I'll just drive along 40, 50 miles an hour. It takes longer to get home, but I don't care. It's just something I like doing. It's relaxing. It's the only time I can relax while driving, because I don't know if anybody has ever driven on a British road. We Brits are horrible drivers, well, some of us are. I dread to think, you know, Britain, known for the country where everyone is polite to each other. That stereotype is really freaking wrong. It really is. It is a very inaccurate stereotype. If it's right, I dread to think what people are like in other countries. Because seriously, the British people have massive road rage. They really do. They get so aggressive while driving, or so chaotic whilst driving. And I couldn't tell you why. The British can't drive, that's all that matters. Why is that now only the first time we're seeing that? That's supposed to happen every time you get 10 rings. I think.
You know, I don't like what you're doing to my friends in there. It's messed up. So I'm gonna mess you up. Yeah, that's right. I'm stretching. You got a problem with that? I want to be able to fully enjoy taking you apart without some pulled muscle slowing me down. Okay, now I'm ready. Of course, if you want to run away, please feel free. There's no shame in it. Well, maybe a little shame. You guys don't talk much, do you? Fair enough. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, this time around, I think the cutscenes are level dependent. That only plays if you're in Asteroid Coaster, because there isn't really any plot after this point. Now we have Yacker disappear randomly, even though he was with us in the previous cutscene. Like, the boss cutscenes will be level specific now. Okay, so we saw this thing before. This is where the boss fights start repeating themselves. It's pretty much all the bosses now are just harder versions of the ones we've already fought. So we had the Frigate, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, the Frigate Orcan. This is the Frigate Scullion. And instead of the Laser Wisp, we're using the Rocket Wisp instead. Just wait until you're underneath it. You can't. The annoying thing though is that you can't, unlike the laser, you can't use rocket in 3D. So you have to wait until it goes into those 2D sections. I will say though, this is where most of the boss fights become a bit more difficult. And I really do mean a bit more difficult. For this one, it's mainly just because the attacks are the same. It's just that it takes more damage. A bit. That's about it. And a few more spike balls, maybe. And the asteroids. The asteroids are new. I don't know why we suddenly have a Starlight Carnival Road in Asteroid Coaster. But it is. It's here. Other than that, this is pretty much just the same fight. But again, they all are, with minor differences. Admiral Jelly, the entire thing now takes place underwater, and trying to hit him with the yellow drill is really hard to do. And Refreshatron, or whatever it's called, Refreshinator is just... It's just a Ferris wheel again, but with more lasers. And you gotta try and hit it with a spike wisp instead of the laser. And it can protect its weak spot. That's about it. Other than that, they are still all really easy boss fights. It's honestly one of the game's weakest aspects.
That was almost difficult.
Sonic, you did it!
Couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Thanks. Hey, we both deserve some kind of reward.
Yeah, let's go to an amusement park or something.
All right, but one that's, you know, less evil than this one.
So, are all the aliens getting free?
Looks like it. Once the power went off, the locks vanished. I hope Yakker's okay.
I think he'll be fine. You don't think the weapon you were shot with still works?
Not without power flowing to it. I think we're all good.
That's what I like to hear.
Except we literally just did that without Tails' help. And also Sonic, that was not almost difficult, that was actually really easy. Alright, Planet Wisp or Asteroid Coaster? Where will I go next time? I'll go down and record it right now and find out myself. See you guys then.